Hello everybody and welcome back to the chassis variant series here with the Firestarter, the last one of the Firestarters. It's the FS9K, and it's a bit of a mixed bag in my opinion. It's a stock model. Its standard build is a large laser, two small lasers and two flamers, so not as high on the old heat scale as it could be compared to the others, but it does have the long range punch. The small lasers again are there because it's mostly an anti-infantry mech. I just can't get that over enough. As it was on the tabletop. Now it still has the advantage of the fantastic hitboxes, and it's still got the jump jets and all the other goodies that the Firestarter come with. So it's still, you know, a good chassis. This probably isn't going to be the one most people are going to stick with, though. You're gonna play it to get the 3 knocked off your list, and then you're probably just gonna sell this one, or maybe just, I don't know, take the parts out of it and then flog it on. But either way, it's not going to be your primary one that you're going to care about. It's all energy compared to the H variant, which obviously comes with the ballistics. So you can still turn it into something that resembles a nice little small laser or small pulse mech like the 9S, but it doesn't have as many energy hardpoints. Not too few, but you know, it's not going to be as good. Obviously, it's still got quirks based around energy weapons, it's still got its internal structure quirks and all the rest of it that make it more appealing that way. I think this one comes with the dual AMS, or the ability to carry dual AMS, so again, this is a support model more so than an actual high-end damage dealer. As a stock mech, it's very good at punching with the large laser. Its small size means that it can peek and shoot quite easily, and you don't have to expose yourself too often. The flamers are, I don't know, kind of counterproductive in a brawl situation where you're going to be using the large laser, so you find you overheat pretty quick. In a stock situation, this isn't the best one to be running around with, just because the two flamers aren't as good at obviously heating up enemy mechs as any of the ones that come with 4 as standard, so I tend not to use them as often. I tried to stay back, but the problem is one large laser just doesn't have the kind of damage potential in this game, which is a shame because tabletop one large laser is a really good damage weapon. But in MechWarrior Online, it's just not enough to really blow limbs off mechs or even get that kill shot. Very rarely, unless the mech's cherry red in a certain CT or the side torsos. So as a stock build, it's a really difficult sell. Not one that I would ever really recommend. Rebuilt, of course, and you know that's part of the joy for a lot of players. Rebuilding this and customizing it into something that's far more effective as like a medium laser carrier, which it can do quite well, is a more appealing prospect, and it can run a bit more like a Cicada with the 4 mediums, or a Jenna, something along those lines. But I don't know, then you may just be better off with the Jenna, you know. So yeah, the 9K. It's not great. The weapon arrangement is also strange. The 2 small lasers are in the left arm, the large lasers in the right arm, and that means, a bit like playing a Panther, you always have to be mindful that if your right arm gets damaged or blown off, you lose your best weapon, potentially. The upside is, because of the laser points being in the arms, you can at least boat multiple small or medium lasers in those arms and have pretty good range of movement when you're aiming, when you've got arm locked torso deactivated. The torso mounted flamers can obviously be altered quite easily, and that'll at least give you a certain level of zombie capacity with your mech. But yeah, it's a bit difficult. I mean, in this round, I think I take a pretty severe beating at some point, and I do lose the large laser and something else, and my effectiveness just drops horrendously. So yeah, if you're going to run it stock, always be mindful of that right arm. Otherwise, it's decent. It's not great. It's not as good as the 9K. It's certainly not as good as the 9H. If there was going to be a tiered system, it's going to be the 9S, then the 9H, and then the K. Compared to the Hero Mech, the Ember, which is far more reliant on things like machine guns. Yeah, I mean, if I had the Ember, I'd probably put the Ember above this as well, in terms of its capability for damage, because the multiple machine gun points make it a much better prospect. But yeah, I'd stay away from it. If you can do so. if you want to grind this one out of the way, if you haven't played Firestarters before, get this one first, just so you can rebuild it into something that's workable. Get it out of the way, and then get the S and the 9H, and you'll have a way better play experience with that, with the Firestarter compared. And you will like the mech. I find it hard for any light pilot to dislike the Firestarter because it's just such a nasty little chassis, great hitboxes, and great speed, jump jet capability, and very good energy hard points. So, yeah. But this one is about to wrap up, and that is it for the Firestarters. Next up, we'll be seeing the Wolfhounds. So stick around for them, and if you haven't subscribed already and you like these videos, please subscribe for more to see all the new ones that are coming up. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that usual shit, and I'll see you next time. So have a good one, folks. Critical Rocket, signing out.